this is the new Lars. I
still lame.
I like when he wasn't Lars.
Actually, honestly, I didn't. I'm with Sadie on that. I'm like, as much as I hate Lars, at least that Lars is honest.
I thought that voice actor did a really good job getting Steven's inflections in there. I thought that was like, I had no trouble believing that, I didn't hear him just doing a voice. I heard, that was Steven inside there, even though it's clearly just one actor. It's very hard for a voice actor to do, so kudos to that guy. In terms of the episode, I mean, it's like, I like the idea. I knew it wasn't going to go the direction that, like, they always go, because you see it in a million shows, and the show likes to put kind of a different spin on these kind of things. So it wasn't just, oh, hey, being Lars is difficult and hard and stuff. It didn't quite go that route. But I don't know. I was kind of like, it wasn't bad or anything. I was kind of expecting it to have something else that was like really going to shock me, really surprise me, because the show is so good at that. And then at the end, it's like, oh, so we're just still kind of where we always are with Lars, I guess, and
he's still a dick.
Yeah, and I guess it's kind of like, don't try to change people, I guess, kind of.
I will say this, in Lars's defense, the one thing I do honestly legitimately like about him is that he's not Ronaldo. That's about it for me. I'm like, when it's all said and done, I still feel he's a more watchable character than Ronaldo.
Whenever, like, it has, like, when he went back, when Steven was out of the body and he was back, I was just like, yeah, just right back to hating this guy. I mean, he is just so unlikable. And I do think it was kind of interesting that,
I thought I will say this episode entered really creepy territory with him, like, trying to confess his love, or Steven trying to confess Lars's love for him to Sadie while in his... I'm like, this is fucked up. Because these two do not belong together. That's obvious. And Steven's, like, trying to make this end. I
will say, it's kind of interesting seeing more, like, why is Sadie with him at all? I mean, we do hear he is different in private, and I think we've all seen couples like that, where it's like, in private they're very different people, but in public it's like, who's
they're
this
not a
person?
couple. They're friends, right?
Yeah, well, I think they're very much implying that they're a couple that goes back and forth. I mean, clearly, it seems like this is from Steven's point of view, and we're not going to see, them do anything. But I think it's very clear they have done stuff, and they're probably continuing to do stuff, and then they're like breaking it off, then getting back together, breaking it off, getting back together. So it's like they're an on again, off again.
I don't like it. I don't like this whole thing. I don't like the two of them together.
I don't like it either. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't recognize it in some couples, but that's also kind of frustrating.
I recognize it, but it's frustrating because I don't know what the show is saying about it. And particularly with this episode where Steven's trying to put them together, I mean, at least he fails. But it's like they're very weird and nebulous when, like, the commentary on that couple is concerned.
When you see something like the Joker and Harley Quinn, that's, this is unhealthy, and that's part of the fun. It's like, man, you can see the fault and everything and how unhealthy that is, but they're bad guys, they're villains, and you get it. With this, it's like they're almost trying to show, like, oh, maybe it'll work out, who knows. I'm just like, no, I feel like this should be cut off, and this is not a healthy, good thing, and they're not really emphasizing
at least the Harley Quinn Joker relationship. They're villains. They're funny together. There's extra things. Whenever these two are together,
it's just miserable.
Yeah, it's just so miserable. Yeah. Like it's not even funny in a dark kind of way. It's just miserable. I mean, at least the Joker and Harley have that.
Yeah.
Like, there is something entertaining about it. I know there's this big backlash about, like, Joker and Harley isn't a relationship that people should want to strive for. I'm like, no shit.
You think?
The sort of people who think it is something to strive for, I don't think posting a meme about it and saying, no, it's not something to strive for, is going to convince them, because I think there's one too many screw looses already. I think that should be common knowledge. Gomez and Morticia Adams, I think, is a relationship to strive for.
Relationship.
It's not. It's based on consensual abuse. If they go that route. Tonight, to pain, to torture.
I like when Steven tries to get them together and kind of fix them, and it doesn't. Well, even that you could argue kind of worked. But I think they're trying to show that that's not a good thing to do. Again, I think we've all known people that have tried to do that. They've tried to force whatever, whether it be people get together or break up or be friends or whatever. It's like that's kind of not what you should.
I feel like
doing.
the writers, Rebecca Sugar or whoever, I don't know if she writes every episode.
No, they have lots of writers.
Yeah.
I'm sure she oversees
whoever's handling this, I feel like they're trying to say something, but it's getting really lost in translation, just what the hell it is they're trying to say.
Yeah. Or maybe that's the point. Maybe it's like...
Maybe they're just like, you know what? These two, one of them's kind of decent, the other is an absolute asshole, and together they're a miserable train wreck. Enjoy!
That might be it, honestly. Maybe it's just, hey, here's this couple, make of it what
Why do I have
will
to sit here and watch it? I feel like every time there's a Lars episode, I end up thinking, well, maybe this will be the one, and I'm just disappointed. Never as disappointed as I am in Ronaldo episodes, at least, but...
No, I think you nailed it. There's nothing, super educational or super entertaining about it. It's just unpleasant. It's not fun to watch. And this is probably the closest because Steven takes over his body, and I like hearing that voice actor do Steven's voice.
Yeah, that was really fun. Well. But still, even when he was in his body and acting nice and everything, I just found it just as doubly awkward and weird. When it was all said and done, I'm like, wow, they couldn't even make that really entertaining. It was just uncomfortable. They all like him better, and he's trying to convince her that he loves her. Just wrong.
Yeah, I feel like not every episode has to be fun. I mean, I almost kind of like it when it takes you into this uncomfortable place, but I mean, it has to be kind of interesting or kind of beneficial, and I guess I'm just not.
There's just nothing interesting about Lars.
Yeah. He's just kind
of. I'm more interested in fucking Onion than I am Lars.
Yeah, honestly. And those.
The sea captain that talks like, I'm more interested in him.
It was interesting seeing his parents and kind of what pushovers they are and stuff like that. They're definitely kind of the new age. Oh, no, we want to be your friend. We want to be your chance. At some point, you got to be parents. But
yeah, that's always my thing. I'm like, that's great if you want to be your kid's friend, but at the same time, there has to be a drawing, you have to be a parent where you're first. Just no, you have to be a fucking parent.
Yeah.
Because friends don't have authority.
Yeah.
And at some point, you need to exercise authority.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you need to be a douchebag parent and beat the living shit out of your kid but you need to lay down some law at some point.
You can be both, but you have to be both.
Yeah.
But even then, I thought they could have gone a little bit more with that, and they kind of didn't. So I don't know. I wasn't reading it I think maybe they were intending us to read it.
Me no likey Lars.
Yeah, or maybe that's the point. Maybe we're just not supposed to like him. Here's this relationship. This is just shit that happens, and okay.
Maybe Rebecca Sugar's just saying, you know what? We're glad you're having such a good time. You could stand to be miserable for 15 minutes.
Yeah, here you go.
Here's
your punishment for enjoying the Mr. Greg episode. Yeah. It's all about balance. You have something really great, now let's give you something just not fun. So, I was out of all the Lars episodes, this is probably the closest I came to,
the sugar giveth, the sugar taketh away.
It's like real sugar. It's like, a little bit
so this
sweet,
this is the sugar crash. This is the we had our sugar high, and now this is the crash.
Yeah,
that's it. Every Lars episode I'm just going to refer to as a sugar crash. Same with Ronaldo.
Ronaldo is okay, seriously, I have to go exercise.
Seriously, I need to go on a diet.
I need to eat some veggies. So
give me some greens.
Yeah, there it is. I mean, I didn't hate it. Honestly, I think it's the better of the Lars episodes. I just don't
I'll
like
give it
Lars.
that. But the better of the Lars episodes is I got through this without wanting to retch completely.
Yeah, it's still tough. So, that's about it. And maybe one of these days we'll get a good Lars. But
probably when he dies.
Yeah, just not our thing. Sorry, just
killed off in the middle of some gem battle.
Yeah,
best Lars episode ever.
So
I cried because I wanted to see him die again.
just rewind it over and over. We're so mean, but he's so mean. He's so unlikable. So, yeah, that's about it, and we'll just see you later. Bye.